Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Poppies fans, wherever you may be, to Nethermore Park. It's Guiseley AFC versus Kettering Town FC, and it is the Vanarama National League North. Kettering, of course, looking to continue a very, very good run, unbeaten in 3 games. The draw, 2 draws and a win in that, including a fantastic win away at Gloucester. But this will be a different test, a team that don't particularly like Kettering purely for the manager, Paul Cox. Not overly happy here, but we will see how it goes. Next to me, as usual, is Mr. Paul Cook. How are we?
Fine, thank you, Ed. Yourself?
Yes, fine, thank you.
Good.
It's going to be a tough game today.
It is. They're on a reasonable, form. They've lost 2 games though. They've won 1. They started the rot against Gloucester City, beating them 2-1 here, and then of course we beat them. And then last week Gloucester thumped 9-0. But last week they played Kidderminster Harriers, a 0-0 draw in front of 656. They lost to Flyde first game of the season 4-2 here. Drew 1-1 with Curzon Ashton and lost like we did against Gateshead. So the last time these 2 sides met at Nethermore, Kettering won 2-1 with 2 goals from Joel Carter. Only Gary Storer and Connor Kennedy remain in the squad that started that day, and only Connor Kennedy is in the starting 11 this afternoon. The only other occasion that we've played each other was behind closed doors at Latimer Park last season, a 1-1 draw with Kennedy scoring for the Poppies. As Ed said, Paul Cox not widely liked here by the support, and we travelled down with the team, and he's always, sort of spoken about his time at Guiseley, and I'm sure he'd like to get one over his former clubs this afternoon. Of course, next week we are in the FA Cup against Spalding United, the second qualifying round of the Emirates, and then it's back at Latimer Park on Saturday 25th against Spenamore Town. You've got the team lineups in front of you on the screen, I believe. And we can see, as Ed said, we've had a few changes. Rhys Davis not recovered from a hip injury, so Jackson Smith stays in goal after his performance last week. And Gary Storer, Rhys Sharp haven't recovered from their injuries, along with Chris Smith and Isaac Stones, who failed a fitness test before the game. So a reshuffled subs bench to a certain extent. The Kerry Sheriff making his first start of the season. And let's see what the posse can do up front.
Very good. Yes, 2 sheriffs in the side today. We'll try and make sure we can distinguish between the 2 of them. Of course, Lamine Sheriff has been a breath of fresh air since he came in. He made his debut against Gloucester and was arguably man of the match. It was only because Powell got a couple of goals that he didn't receive that accolade. And then came at home against Fylde and was man of the match and was given man of the match. So he's been sensational since he's come in, and he's been a focal point for Kettering. It'll be interesting again to see how we play. It's a very flat pitch here at Guiseley. It's a wonderful, wonderful surface. And
it should showcase Kettering's talents, moving the ball around. I mean, they struggled with it at Latimer Park because of the unevenness of Latimer Park, but on the surfaces where it has been flat, a la Gloucester, and the second half at Gateshead, they played really well.
Yeah, very well. Of course, you've got Callum Powell, who is just going to be fantastic on this pitch, unless of course any scouts are watching, in which case
he'll be awful.
Yeah, dreadful. He's rubbish.
Oh, he's not worth watching. No, definitely not. If I do know we do have fans listening to us in Portugal. I hope your weather is good. I'm sure it is, and we hope you are picking us up loud and clear. Let's hope that the Poppies can come away with something this afternoon. Certainly confidence is high in the camp, and so it should be after 2 very, very good results indeed against 2 of the sides that are tipped for the title. In saying that, though, Gloucester have since deteriorated considerably. It'll be an interesting result today from their camp. There has been 1 game postponed in this division today. York City against Hereford.
Hereford were postponed.
Oh, yes, you know.
Were they?
Yeah, guess what? COVID. Yeah, another Hereford game being postponed, so another rearranged game. And of course, that's our first away game on a Tuesday night, is away at Hereford later on in, I think, November. But long way to go before we get there anyway. But as I say, it should be a very good game indeed. Kettering playing in all red this afternoon, and the home side white shirts and blue shorts. So easy to distinguish. The last time we came here, it was for a special, might have been non-league day, that they played in a neon green kit. Almost made me feel ill. And Kettering won that one 2-1. I'd take that today, wouldn't you?
I'd take any win today, to be honest. Of course, the old adage is win your home games, draw your away games. But I think the form that Kettering are in and the way they've been playing, there's no reason why we can't get 3 points today. Because if we can play as well as we did against Gloucester and as well as we did against Fylde, I don't see, with all due respect to Guiseley, them being on the level of those two teams. We could hopefully get a decent performance.
Well, Kettering has scored 6 goals in the league so far, 3 away from home, and all 3 of those have been scored by Callum Powell. So he's our man to watch on the away games. But he has a total of 4 overall. So he started the season off in fine form, as the video capture that was put on the Twitter showed his clips from the game against Fylde, and outstanding he was too. But again, as Ed said, we've got a marvellous surface right in front of us. We're right on the halfway line here at Guiseley in the main stand. Opposite, there's 2 little stands, 1 in each half, and both ends are uncovered if you haven't been to Nethermore before. And there's a social club we haven't been in yet, we might do later, behind one of the stands as we enter the ground. Nice trip down through Leeds. Saw Elland Road, of course. Kettering played there a few seasons ago, evoking many memories of that magical night, although Kettering did lose 5-1, only in extra time though. And Elland Road's always an impressive stadium. And let's hope that Kettering can be impressive as they were at Elland Road this afternoon here at Guiseley. The Lions, they're called, Ed. And we are waiting for teams to come out, and not too far away. We're about 8 minutes, I think, away from kick-off. We come on air a little earlier to sort out any gremlins that we may have had issues with. But
yeah, we hope the volume issue has been sorted out now. Let us know if we're still a little bit quiet. It seems to be some gremlin, which means that every time we turn it back on again, it loses all volume settings, so we have to reset them. And then we don't know how loud we are until we go live. So thank you for letting us know. But if you could let us know whether we're still a bit quiet, still a bit loud, by all means, just let us know in the chat. We'll try and read out some comments a little bit later. Thank you. You can hear that we're coming through loud and clear. Thank you very much. But we'll try and read out some of your comments as the game goes on, as and when. But yeah, as Paul said, we're now about 7 minutes from kick-off, so I'll make it a couple of minutes until we welcome the players out onto the pitch. The dugouts are opposite us again, so no camaraderie, and
no cabaret.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be no scenes as there were at the end of the last time we were here, where a couple of Guiseley fans decided they would go a step too far in their dislike of Paul Cox, and it all got a little bit ugly after everyone had gone home. But hopefully nothing of any sort today. But Kettering will be playing, I believe, in their red kit.
Yes, the green one not being used, which is nice to see Kettering in red away from home. It doesn't happen very often, but they are today. All the subs are out there at the moment. And also Gary Storer has travelled with the team and has been doing some fitness checks along with Reece Sharp. He's been out there with the sport therapist as well. So they're back in contention, but not ready yet.
Yeah, they're not quite ready, are they? Like no. Isaac Stones failed a fitness test when he got here. Chris Smith, I don't think Chris Smith did a fitness test. I think he'd...
it's a long term, isn't it? I had a quick chat with him. He said he's not feeling right. He's had a hip problem for a few weeks now, and he said he thinks he could play, but he'll only do more damage to it. So rather than play injured and do more damage, he's taking time to repair, which is sensible. And
it's not exactly as if Ward, Johnson and Deitch have been poor.
No.
So it's good to see that there's a good rehabilitation programme in place. Jim, keep listening live from the Algarve. Well, I'd argue that it's probably warmer here.
Yes, have a Mythos. Oh, it's not Mythos in Algarve, is it? I'm not sure what lager you'll be on, Jim, but let me know. Maybe I've had one or two, but I hope you can hear us here. and waiting for hopefully another great game this afternoon. Very impressive last week, and those people that watched that at Latimer Park can see what Paul Cox's young team are all about. As he said, and said quite a few times, it's all about consistency now, and of course conditions will change as the season goes on. At the moment pitches are hard, flat, and we know that Latimer Park turns into a quagmire later in the season, but that is the same for all the teams that visit there. And Jamie Johnson with Jim from the Algarve on Sagres.
Jamie Johnson with him as well. Enjoy
Portugal.
Enjoy Portugal, guys. Hopefully we can bring you a win to just help your holiday along a little bit.
And also, Connor Johnson's family are out there. I think they're listening in as well. I hope you're having a nice sunny afternoon. And that's Connor Johnson's dad, he's just said. So, Jimmy Johnson, well, yes. Had a quick word last Saturday in the clubhouse. Some more Kettering fans are out there tomorrow going for a golfing trip. So they're not here today in preparation for that golfing trip. But
do you need a day to prepare for a golfing trip?
Apparently so, but they should be out here listing from Cyprus. Well, there's another one here.
We're not going to read that one out, Jim, but glad that you're enjoying yourself. And here come the teams out onto the pitch. Kettering team make their way out first in their red strip. And of course, in these COVID times, the teams no longer come out together. And although they do at Latimer Park, but they've been sent out separately here at Guiseley. So we'll expect the Guiseley team out in just a moment.
Well, I'm looking forward to this game, actually. As I say, this is one that Paul Cox, I know, would love to win. And it'll also see how Kettering, if they can maintain the form they're in at the moment. And that's what it's all about. As I say, Guiseley won one game, they've lost two, and they've drawn one. They drew against Kidderminster, another informed side like Brackley last week. Got a draw there. And they beat Gloucester, as I said, 2-1 earlier in the season. And got off to a defeat at Fylde 4-2. And not many teams would go to Fylde and get anything, I wouldn't have thought. But they also drew, as I say, with Curzon Ashton 1-1. And they lost against Gateshead away 2-1. We've all been there, we've done that. And out come Guiseley. It's in the corner, the tunnel on our right-hand side. Getting a round of applause from the 500 or 600 that are here. Welcome to Bulgaria, Wigan and Pier, Cornwall, Desborough.
All the holiday destinations.
All holiday destinations, yes. It's all good through. Glad you can hear us. Let's hope you can enjoy your holidays with a Kettering victory. A few Kettering fans have made the journey. I know there was a bus load. There's independent fans who have made it down here as well. I say, last time we were here, it was quite cold and wet, if I remember right. All spiced up with a little cabaret at the end, as Ed mentioned, with some of the home fans after the game. Announcer just going through the team. Sun's blazing here in Yorkshire. Something we don't often say about the third world, is it? But
exactly.
Referee has got both captains, Kennedy and Banchev, together. I think they're staying as we are, so Kettering will be kicking from right to left in front of the electronic scoreboard. No, as I say that, they're changing round. So they're kicking from left to right. And Kettering trot over.
Abbey Lorman, well, in the tropical region of Kettering.
Tropical
what
there, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure there is one, but
well, there's Paradise Lane, I guess.
Oh, very good, Ed. Very good,
go.
Yes. So they've swapped rounds, goalkeepers ignoring each other. Jackson Smith in all yellow, and Jordan Ashmere is in purple. A tall goalkeeper as well, wearing the number 1. And they say roar for the Lions. Let's hope that they wilt under the Poppies pressure and see how we get on. Well, we're almost there. And we got Marcus Beecher of Elgood's Brewery, of course, our sponsors in Surrey.
welcome. Thank you again.
Poppy's TV audio sponsored by Elgers, as everyone takes the knee. Well, except me and Ed, of course. And we are ready to kick off. It's going to be Guiseley to get us underway. Referee looking at his sundial as it is out. And I'd rather live in Kabul than Desborough. Well, there we go, and we're off. The ball has been pumped by the captain, Ben Sheriff, into Kettering's half, and Dyche gets there, but so does the number 6.
Yes, Abby, Davies is still injured at the moment, so Smith is in. But as we said, pre-match, it's not a bad selection, is it? Rhys Davies or Jackson Smith?
Makiba with the ball then on the far side with his throw-in. He's over by one of the small stands. Everyone's packed into the Kettering penalty area. It's going to be a long throw-in with the look of it, a la Kennedy, of course, for Kettering. He's issuing his instructions. In it comes. It's long, it's deep, it's headed out by Connor Johnson to Calder. It ricochets and somehow Calder gets a foot to it and clears it towards Sheriff, who's being pushed and pulled by his shirt right in front of the Kettering bench. Referee gives nothing but a throw-in to the home side. You can see then a Sheriff shirt being really tugged, but the throw has been taken quickly. And it is another throw-in. It comes off Calder, just on the halfway line. Finds Cantrell with the ball, feeds it through to the numbers. It goes down off the ball. And Cantrell goes down. The cries of get him off already from the partisan crowd in front of us. And he's rolling around there as if been shot by a sniper. And it is Harrison Neal who's been spoken to by the referee. Early little chat, but the ref, as Guiseley pinch a few yards with the ball from where it was. And there's a free kick just inside the Guiseley half.
Oh, I've missed sitting in between fans.
Hutchinson is with it, and he leaves it.
Kettering already under more pressure than they were for the whole of the Gloucester game, I think.
They are. It comes in deep into that penalty area. It's headed out by Dyche, but it's picked up again by the home side. It's played out, intercepted there by Connor Barrett. Connor Barrett now is racing. He's got Powell in front of him. The poor ball, though, by Barrett, intercepted by the home side. And nice football, then sliced out by Lewis Hay. You may have heard the crash as it hit the roof in front of us, scaring Ed to death. But,
not quite.
Not quite, but you're still here.
So throw in for Kettering. Connor Johnson will take it, being told exactly where from, and then he'll steal another 5-7 yards as the throw comes in. Long down the line, trapped by a Guiseley man and brought away across on the right-hand side, and all the way over the line now I think is Regan Hutchinson. Hutchinson forward. Sheriff putting his body in the way. Good little touch from Calder there. And the sliding tackle, and it's cleared away by Max Dyche. Brought on the chest of Callum Powell. Plays back to Johnson, who's got a man on now. Plays out to Barrett on the right-hand side. Over the halfway line now. Plays low into the channel and to carry. Sheriff will get there. Ball in low. It should be dealt with by the Guiseley man. It is. And out towards the 7. And they will try and play out from the back a little bit. Under some pressure, though, the number 4. And he's passed it straight to Connor Barrett, who gets there ahead of the number 7. Neal clips into Powell. Powell right on the edge. Handball, shouts. Given against Powell.
The clearance by Guiseley in front of the in the 6-yard box was rather slow.
Suspect,
actually.
wasn't it?
It was. I thought they would have hacked it out, but any Kettering player really alert could have nipped in there and caused a bit more pressure. But it is going to be a free kick to the home side for that handball. It's the goalkeeper Amisha to take it. Does so. Right-footed, deep towards Dyche, who heads it back. It finds Hutchinson, though, on the far side. He's playing the ball into Thwellis. Thwellis goes down under pressure, and that's a foul. And Hutchinson and Thwellis there having a little bit to say. The referee having a
well, if the referee is going to speak to people every time a foul's committed, this is going to be a very long game.
Well,
not every foul requires a talking to. There's 4 of the travellers, but not included, for Kettering make their way in front of us. Sharp, Storer, Stones and Smith.
Yep, they're all just trotting by to try and find somewhere to watch. They've been moved 3 times.
Because they were in someone's
Someone's
seat who
seat.
sat there since 1824.
Ball
Calder
cutting
clears
cleared
away.
back to Grattan. He plays it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson back to Grattan. Grattan with his right foot does a dummy over Sheriff. Might try a shot here. Still in the penalty area, but Calder does well. Ricochet off Grattan, and that's a throw in to Kettering on the far side. Good work there from Calder. But Hutchinson looked a threat already, Ed.
Yeah, he almost looks spitting image play-wise of Callum Powell. He sort of gets low with that centre of gravity and is twisting in and out of players. So could be danger man, although they've got a few. Jordan Thewlis is a name that I recognise on the Guiseley team. The number 10, that's a Kettering free kick as Sheriff is clipped as the ball went
down,
forward.
hasn't he, as well. So referee not having a word with the Guiseley player, surprisingly.
No, and Paul Cox, I think, is telling him so as the referee's right in front of him now.
Double standards once again, but there we are. It will be a free kick to the Poppies as Sheriff dusts himself down. Changes his haircut again. I did have words with him about it.
Well, he's changed the style back to his original haircut, but he did say that he's having it done again.
Oh dear.
So he could have a completely different hairstyle next week.
Max Dyche then with this free kick. He has to respot the ball where the referee wants it, which is probably about right, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, at that time, I think the referee probably is right. So it'll be right-footed. It'll go forward. Sheriff makes the quick run. He was well watched, though, and the referee hadn't blown his whistle, so he would have made sure that came back. Bit flat, that one. It has fallen to Powell. Powell going down to the right, still going. He's being held up at the moment, right by the touchline. Lays it back to Lamine Sheriff. Lamine Sheriff to Harrison Neal. Harrison Neal back out to Lamine Sheriff on the right-hand side. Now to Powell. Powell back to goal on the touchline. Comes all the way back to Connor Barrett on the halfway line. Barrett down the line to Lamine Sheriff. Lamine Sheriff returns the ball down the line to Connor Barrett. Barrett now heading towards the penalty area. It's well tackled by the Guiseley number 5, Hamza Ben Sharif, the captain, and Kettering have a corner.
Reason why you have heard of Thwellis before, he used to play for Boston, according to Darren Young. Thanks to that.
That does ring a bell.
Grattan, I remember that's the name that sticks out. They used to have books in the 60s and 70s for all sorts of things you could buy. It was Grattan's Limited. I thought that name stuck out.
Right, okay. Corner comes in, headed down by Kennedy. Handball shouts, never going to be given from there. And the clearance is complete, although Lamine Sheriff has got in the way and has conceded a free kick.
Well, that makes a change as Lammy goes down, Lammy Sheriff. And this is a good position for the Poppies. It's midway in their half. Everybody
they've won the free kick.
Yeah, they won the free kick.
Well, the referee pointed the other way
Well,
first
that's
time.
what they do, isn't it? You know, they, as a ref, you should know that, Ed.
No, I get it right first time. Thank you very much.
We'll have to watch and see, won't we, one day? It's going to be Harrison Neal. Everyone's on the penalty area line. A bit of movement. Neal puts one in towards that back post. And it goes harmlessly out for a goal kick as both Sheriff and Max Dyche are trying to get there, but it's marshalled out by the Guiseley defence. 0-0 here at the Nethermore. You're listening to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery. There's some fine beers that can be purchased in the social club. And this Thursday, I believe that our under-18s are playing in the Youth FA Cup against St Neots, and the social club is open for that one. Details will be found on the website later in the week as the ball is played by Cantrell. And then it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson back to Grattan. Grattan finds Hay, and he just lumps the ball, and that should go for a Kettering throw, which it does right in the far corner on the left-hand side.
Good if you're playing rugby, isn't it? Territory right down by the try line.
The try line, yes. Or
all about possession, isn't it?
It is.
And
Dyche,
yardage.
though, right by the corner flag as we look on here. Takes the throw in, trying to find Kennedy. Kennedy doesn't get the ball. Hutchinson does. He hooks it back. Kennedy allows it. Sorry, Connor Johnson allows it to go over him into the arms of Jackson Smith, who's on the edge of his penalty area. And the referee
down, and it's Lamine
Sheriff, who took that knock for the free kick. And on comes Rachel. As I said, next Saturday it's FA Cup action. Kettering need to do well in the FA Cup to reclaim top spot off Tottenham Hotspurs. And so a nice 7-0 win would be good at Spalding to equal the cannon fodder that Spurs were presented with last year. Scored 13 goals they did in 3 games, Spurs, before being knocked out. We, of course, scored 2 in 1 before we had to give up the ghost due to COVID. Lammy Sheriff has got up. He's limping around. Let's hope that he's okay, because he's been a revelation in the last 2 games. But he's doesn't look happy, but he's striding towards the halfway line. Fusu is up and about, but it will be Jackson Smith to get us back underway when he's ready. Got the ball on the D of his own penalty area. Played long towards Barrett. He's beaten to it by Nicholson. He finds Cantrell, intercepted by Lamine Sheriff. He finds Barrett. Barrett trying to find Powell. He does. Powell tricking, turning, passes it to Neil. Neil on this right-hand side plays it to Barrett. Barrett got a bit of pressure. Back to Neil. Neil then is being intercepted and then loses the ball. And that should be a throw-in to the Lions. 0-0 here. And we have had 16 minutes of this.
Not quite.
Almost 16 minutes.
No, nowhere near.
Well, it says 15:11 on there.
Yeah, 11. We kicked off at 1500.
Oh, 11 minutes
Plus 11.
of this first half.
Sensational.
Marvellous. Ball comes in towards Grattan, but Lamine Sheriff flicks it on. It's a poor one though this time. And Jake Hull patches out wide to Hutchinson, who's playing deep in his own half. He turns, plays it to Ekpolo, who then does a very good trick and gets it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson plays a long ball down for Threlis to chase, but it goes out harmlessly and goes out for a goal kick. So there we go. Quite breezy. My notes almost took off again there.
Goal kick. Jackson Smith had a couple of touches of the ball so far. Neither keeper been called into any action. No real shots as of yet either. Kettering seem to be favouring this right-hand side for the their attack.
That's Powell area, isn't it? So
Powell territory.
That's what they're aiming
I think
for.
they're also a bit concerned about Regan Hutchinson on the left-hand side of their, sorry, the right-hand side of their back three. Sheriff, though they do attack down this left-hand side now, as the Carey Sheriff has the ball on the left-hand side of the penalty area. He's got 2 men in front of him. Left-footed ball in, cleared away by Hull. Won't go to Calder as he misjudged the bounce of the ball, and away come Guiseley, cut out by Harrison Neal and played backwards to Luke Ward. Luke Ward to Johnson. Connor Johnson then plays long towards Powell. It will be headed away, but it hasn't been headed away far as Sheriff gets there, knocks the ball trying to find Lamine Sheriff. And it is brought away with Guiseley over the halfway line now. A foul by Deutsch, which he's unhappy about. Yes, still 0-0. And we've had about 13 minutes.
Free kick then to the home side, just inside Kettering's half. It's Hutchinson with it. Blonde, tall, Jumbatic, but he leaves it for Brad Nicholson, familiar name. So Nicholson just, as I was saying, just inside Kettering's half, but a foot inside Kettering's half. And Nicholson, right-footed, takes it into the Kettering penalty area. It's headed out by Connor Johnson to Connor Barrett, who just heads it out. Picked up by Lewis Hay. He plays it back to Nicholson, who takes a heavy touch but controls it. Plays it out wide to Grattan on this left-hand side. Grattan is moving around. There's a good play here in the penalty area. Almost stumbled there. He plays the ball to Hay, but it ricochets off Barrett and goes for a throw-in.
A lot of space there Grattan had actually in the on the touchline. Would have been I think Harrison Neal turned round and expected Barrett to be pushed further up. He wasn't. So it looks like it's going to be a long throw. Brad Nicholson comes all the way over from the other side of the pitch to take it. So it will go long. It'll be interesting to see how Kettering deal with this. In it comes, headed on and away by Calder. No Kettering man on it. Calder is down injured. No penalty, says the referee. Not too sure there was much of a shout there. Laid back, deflection, bobbling around. Sheriff is fouled as he tried to run the ball out. It's well,
Calder goes down now again after that. He tried to stay up during the melee in the penalty area, but he needs attention, I think.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's got up. He's fiddling with his laces.
It's his right ankle, I think.
Yeah.
He is trying to run it off.
That was probably the only chance so far of the game, a bit of a melee, but nothing serious came from it. Kettering weren't really under too much pressure. But Jackson Smith has to retrieve the ball from the other side. No ball personnel here to get it back into play. It'll be a free kick right on the edge of the Kettering area, as Lamine Sheriff was upended. And taking his time, plays it towards Connor Kennedy. He's beaten to it though quite easily. And a nice flick on there by Grattan. And there's a foul there by
be a booking
by Ward, and that is on Thwellis. I think he was away. It's going to be a booking, definitely. Made a meal of it, of course, as everybody does these days, but it was a foul. And Ward goes into the book. First piece of stationery for the referee to indulge in. Lewis Hay over the free kick. It's halfway in Kettering's half on this left-hand side, so it should be an in-swing, I would have thought. It's going to be Jacob Grattan for the Lions to take it. Not sure why they're called the Lions, actually. Not that bothered, to be honest, but
fair enough.
Not even in lion colours, but there we are. It is Lewis Hay then.
Arguably, we've got more of a claim to Lions due to our badge, haven't we?
We have got one on it.
Exactly.
It comes in towards that back post. Good header there by Ward, and it is a foul, a push in the back. And Connor Kennedy leaves the ball for Jackson Smith to stroll over to get it. He could have passed it back to his own goalkeeper, but Jackson Smith trots over. Get the ball 0-0 here, and
Kettering not got going.
17 minutes into this game. Yeah, it's a bit stop and start.
Just there's been a few flashes of brilliance down the right-hand side, and there was that chance for Sheriff to get the ball in low on the left, but Kettering haven't shown the play that they had against.
No stones up front, have they? To
No, they haven't,
and it does make a bit of difference. I think he's quite physical. Stones. He's a target man. He's tall. He's big, and they do miss that presence. But it's underway again towards Kennedy. Kennedy is being fouled there. Gets the ball to Harrison. Neal does well. Gets it to Calder on the halfway line. Calder plays it long for Powell. Arm goes up for offside. He'll be lucky to get that. Pumped high into the sky. Thwellis underneath it. Can't get there. Intercepted by Neal. Who then he loses the ball, and catching a bit of pressure here. Now there's the going forward. It's Grattan. Grattan outside the penalty area, and then loses the ball. Good work there from Connor Johnson. He finds DeCarry Sheriff. DeCarry Sheriff, nobody with him, unfortunately, at the moment. Has it all to do. Tries to beat the number 4, but puts out of play in doing so. Apollo doing his job, denying DeCarry Sheriff. No one came to help Sheriff, give him any options whatsoever. So it will be a throw-in. Taken towards Thwellis, who's proving to be quite a handful.
Oh yeah, it's gone out of play.
Ball went out of play.
Still 0-0, 18 minutes gone.
Thwellis and Hodgson have looked to be the danger men for the Lions.
Yeah, Kettering nearly got caught out there, and it's a good job Johnson made up for it, because he stepped up out of position a long way and he didn't get there to the ball. That could have caused issues for Kettering. He did recover well, and that throw-in is poor, although that lump forward is going to be challenged by Powell. He'll never win it in the air. Neal then heads it up rather than forward, headed away, and Barrett will hold off the Guiseley man, and Johnson clips forward. Will be headed by Guiseley again. Sheriff brings the ball down, and now Powell has it on the edge of the area. Is not fouled, says the referee. Good work by Barrett as he steals it from the Guiseley man, and then the Guiseley man steals it back. It's very scrappy down there, although Guiseley have found some space and will bring the ball away on the right-hand side, over the halfway line now. Going down the right side, Deitch gets there and manages to put it out of play for a throw-in.
Kettering are persisting with high balls in the penalty, and we haven't got the personnel to actually confront the the back line of Guiseley.
Yeah, there's three
Powell
centre
and
halves
DeCarry
for,
Sheriff are quite
Guiseley.
diminutive, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're never going to win.
Never going to win the headers
them.
against Ben Sheff and Akpolo, but it's the throw in on the far side. Akpolo to take it, and
it's not
Akpolo, it's Mabika.
Mabika, sorry.
So he puts in a long ball there. Is Jackson Smith catches it under pressure, catches it. Good catch from the keeper. And carrying on his good form from last week, as he didn't have a lot to do last week, but what he did well. And with Rhys Davis failing a fitness test, he bowls the ball out to Calder, who beats his man, going forward. Still Calder over the halfway line, puts it forward for Powell, and he's offside. Flag goes up. So that play will be now when Kettering get possession.
The ball, I don't know what it was, because there should have been enough on it to take it out of play for a goal kick, but the ball just stopped by the corner flag. So offside, probably rightly called on Powell that time.
So Misha looking to where the linesman's holding his flag, so he comes up to the right angle.
I know certain people are going to dislike me saying this, but might be a game later for Perry, just as a
target man,
big lump that can bully these centre halves about a bit, because on the ground you'd imagine Sheriff and Powell will have it as the ball goes forward long. It will be dealt with again.
They've got nothing.
But in the air, they're not going to get there. Barrett gets there in front of the Guiseley man. So it's a Kettering's throw in. The Guiseley man has got a boot on the ball. Good defending that. As he lost
Barrett
the race.
took a knock though, I think, as well. He's hands on his knees. And yeah, he's a little limp there.
Cox's not happy about something over there. I think he was having a word with the Guiseley manager. So long throw in for Kettering, although Barrett's still struggling a little bit. He's really struggling actually on that left leg. Can we play on? And Kennedy will throw long into the area. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Flicked on and cleared away for another throw in. It will be about a yard and a half further back than the last time. No long throw in as Barrett takes it short to Neil. Neil lofts one in. Oh, it's past the post. And that's going to be a foul.
Well, I thought that had gone in.
So did I.
From our angle, it looked like it was going to go into the net, but they cleared it on the line, and in the action that followed, Kettering fouled and a free kick just by the post. But that was a half chance, let's say, for the Poppies. And that's the best chance for either side so far this afternoon. Of course, defensively, we've only problems defensively. We've only got Tom Unwin, really, who is a defender. All the rest are midfielders or forwards. So it's going to have to be movement around to accommodate one of those other players if Unwin doesn't come on. But Barrett seems to be okay. Dyche wins the header, but it goes straight to Barrett, who does well. Gets fines to carry Sheriff. He plays it back to Harrison Neal. He plays it forward. A good ball to Powell. Powell has got the massive Ben Sheaf in front of him. Trying to come inside. He goes inside him. Tricklins comes in. It's blocked by Powell. He gets the ball back, then loses it, goes down, and away comes the Lions captain trying to find Thwellis. And well, it does get ahead to the ball, but it...
there's a Guiseley man down. Kettering haven't stopped the play. They didn't see it, actually, I think, in Jackson Smith's defence. And the referee doesn't have to stop it. He doesn't have to stop it. It's not a head injury. So Kettering will continue. Clipped forward.
And like Lazarus...
Powell, will he keep it in? He has done, down by the corner flag. No, he hasn't. And the ball has gone out for a goal kick.
It's Lewis Hay that's injured for the home side. He goes down again. The referee now goes over to him. And we're into the 25th minute of this game. Still 0-0. On comes the sports therapist. Of course, guys, you have two managers. They have Marcus Bignett and Russ O'Neill as managers.
There seems to be a unofficial drinks break going on whilst this is happening.
Why haven't we got one then?
Well, yes. Paul Cox wanting to speak to his team.
Yep, you're listening to Ed Palmer and myself, Paul Cook, here for Poppies TV Audio live at Guiseley, the Netherfield Park Stadium, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery. And of course, if you'd like to get involved with Poppies TV sponsorship, please drop us a line or go onto our website and get in contact. We're looking to gather new sponsors. We can have a chat about it and see what we can do for you. You or your company, it doesn't really matter. If you want to get involved with us, give us a buzz. Still a drinks break going on as the number 7 Hay is being attended to. Long talks, as you'd expect, by both camps on the far side. Sun beaming down here in Leeds, and Connor Johnson throwing a bottle of water, doesn't reach Jackson Smith, and he's actually gone off now, so we can get underway. Referee blows the whistle. It will be a goal kick to Guiseley. Amisha with the ball. Jordan Amisha in all purple. Tall, imposing goalkeeper. They're quite a tall side. The number 3, Brad Nicholson, we know he's a tall player. The captain, Hamza Mansheriff, he's a tall defender as well. And also Prince Ekbolo, he's another tall giant. Kettering keep pumping high balls in, and the likes of Powell and Dekari Sheriff can't impose themselves on them. They're not tall enough. The ball's pumped forward by Nicholson towards Thwellis on the far side. He can't get there. Goes out for a throw-in. Still 0-0. Max Dyche with the ball. Throws it towards the halfway line. Intercepted though, and then intercepted again by Harrison Neal. And rather fortuitously, there's a bit of a mix-up with the defence of Guiseley. It's a throw-in. It's taken quickly. And Dekari Sheriff down by the corner flag on the far side. Nobody with him this time. Is Sheriff still with the ball? Playing some tricks. Does well. Gets the ball over. Headed out by the captain. And it's a powerful header. Goes for a throw on the far side. Kettering are going to have to do very well to beat either this back pairing or the back 3 in the air. They're very tall, as I say, and winning most things that come that way. So it's going to be Connor Kennedy with a long throw-in. Maybe a lower trajectory might help the Poppies in this occasion if he's got that in his locker. Spring in his back, in it comes. It comes towards the front post. There is Dyche. Takes a heavy touch, plays it back to Connor Kennedy. Another chance here for Lamine Sheriff. Fires one in, and that goes high and wide and almost goes out for a throw-in on the far side. That would be a goal kick. Well, Sheriff hit that beauty last week, a couple of weeks ago at Gloucester. Fabulous shot that was well saved. So we know what he can do from distance. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of them. So we are into the 29th minute. 0-0 here at Nethermoor. Guiseley AFC 0, Kettering Town 0. Not as entertaining as the games we've watched recently, but I'll take a win of any kind if Kettering can get it, as Kennedy not quite sure where he is. The ball was in there. It's found by Thwellis on the far side. Thwellis, he finds Makiba. Puts the ball in, intercepted by Dyche. Makiba chests it down. He's got 2 Kettering players round him. Calder trying to deflect him. He does so, gets a little touch in, and then away comes Lammy Sheriff. Plays the ball to Neal. Neal back to Calder. Kettering can't get it out, and given away to Hutchinson. Hutchinson going down that left wing. Finds Makiba. Ball comes in, and that goes out for a corner, a deflected corner, as Calder, I thought he looked like he was going to be injured. He's not. He goes down on one leg, but he's got up straight away. But we a corner on the far side. Lewis Hay, who was injured a few moments ago, is going to take this one. They've cut out the short corner. The arm goes up, whatever that means. I never know what that means when the arm goes up. Everyone does it at corners, but there's a bit of a melee on the 6-yard, but pushing, tugging and throwing. It's headed onto the bar and it goes over. Jack Smith nowhere near it. And it was Hamanza Benasheriff who got the final touch, and it bounced off the top of the bar and went over. The clearest chance from either side. And that is something to watch out for. But that was, I'm surprised they got away with all that, actually, with all that meleeing and messing around in that 6-yard box. Normally the referee's got his whistle out before he can say Jack Robinson, although he's not playing. But it is still 0-0 as Jackson Smith pumps the ball forward towards Barrett. It goes over Barrett, cleared by Hay. Dyche gets there first, pumps it back into the half, but Brad Nicholson In fact, it was Jake Hull plays the ball through, intercepted by Harrison Hill, pumps it forward towards
Offside.
Powell, and the offside flag goes up once again. And hopefully one of these times they'll spring the offside trap and put Amisha under pressure, but it still stands at 0-0. Sun going in now. It's a little bit cooler in this September afternoon in Yorkshire, lad. Just seen a couple of ferrets running by with some caps on. Free kick being taken. Headed on. Thwellis can't get onto it, and it goes out for a goal kick. But once again, it was a good flick on, and Kettering could have been in danger had Thwellis been able to get in contact with the ball. But as it stands, he doesn't. And Jackson Smith wandering over to his favourite side to take this goal kick.
Shows how...
Is Storer injured? Yes, he's been injured for a few weeks, and he's still fighting to get back to full fitness.
Shows how well I've been paying attention. I've only just realised after half an hour there's a scoreboard behind the goal for Kettering.
Oh, and the timer on it as well.
And the timer on it as well, yeah. It would have saved a lot of a hassle. Flicked on by Barrett. Sheriff brings it down under pressure from the captain, and it's cleared by Guiseley. Luke Ward, good communication with Smith as he comes out and claims it. Good little shuffle from Max Deitch down to Calder in front of the Kettering dugout. Inside the Guiseley half, he goes down the line. He's being manhandled everywhere. It's a good challenge by the number 11 for Guiseley, and it's a Kettering throw-in, so it'll be a long one.
Nothing much come from these throw-ins at the moment, and it's going to have to be brilliant to beat this defence. They're just too tall for Kettering's front two.
From these positions and corners, you've got Deitch, Johnson and Ward actually going up. Calder, Neal and Barrett, the men staying back as Guiseley have left two up. Long throw-in then from Connor Kennedy in a second. In it comes. Flicked away and should be cleared by Guiseley. It isn't, and Kennedy will have another go to put it in the box. In fact, he lays it to Lamine Sheriff. Sheriff looking for an option. Not really got anything on at the moment. He's trying to go himself. He wins another throw-in, so everyone stays as they are, except Max Deitch, who'd gone back to help out. He's now, again, there's not a lot of space to run up for Connor Kennedy over there, so he's having to bend his run up to get the distance on the throws. In it comes. Flicked away again by Guiseley to Neal on the edge of the box. Lays it to left to Lamine Sheriff, who plays it back to Neal and goes to Connor Barrett in the centre circle on the right-hand side. He clips long. Kennedy does win the header. Goal kick only, says the referee, despite the protestations from Connor Kennedy.
Yes, the majority of the Kettering supporters behind that goal, they didn't agree with that. They thought it was a corner, but then, like me, they would. So
Well, and they're never wrong, are they, the fans behind the goal?
Of course not.
No, so poor decision from the referee, clearly. Referee today, incidentally, is Dale Baines. Long kick by the goalkeeper. Oh, miscommunication between Barrett and Johnson, and Kettering have been saved a corner by the fact that Guiseley want to keep it in play. Barrett gets a boot in the way, and Neal is caught late as he cleared it. I mean, it's a foul, isn't it? No, don't really know what the Yorkshireman in front of me is,
I think it is.
Unhappy with the fact that we're southern. We're not. We're from the Midlands.
Exactly. Free kick to be taken by Jackson Smith just outside the penalty area. Everybody is in the centre circle.
The interesting debate is always where the north-south divide actually is.
Well, it's where the dearer pint gets, isn't it? The cheaper the pint is, the further north you get.
That looks like it's going to go straight out of play from Jackson Smith. It is. Spooned off his boot. Throw in for Guiseley, which the number 3 will take. That's Nicholson. Nicholson taking it to Lewis Hay. Lewis Hay back to Ekpolo, out wide to Reagan Hutchinson, but it's a poor pass and it goes straight into the Kettering dugout for a Kettering throw-in. taken backwards to Deitch. Deitch to Neal. Harrison Neal out to Calder. Calder, who took the throw in, now clips it down the line to Sheriff, who's onside. That's to Carey Sheriff. Looking to get something from it. He'll get a throw in from it. And Kennedy will come forward to take it again. Up come Deitch, Johnson, Ward. So Kettering are persisting with this long ball. I can see what they're doing. The long throwing comes in, headed away, and it will go to a Guiseley man. It's Hutchinson. He clears. It's Barrett underneath it, heads it up backwards. Brought down by Luke Ward. Poor pass out to Powell. He had time, and Barrett dives in, and he doesn't get there, and away comes Grattan on the left-hand side. Neal making a recovery run. He doesn't want to foul him here. Ball goes across. Cleared away from under his own bar by Max Deitch, and then headed away anywhere by Johnson for a throw-in.
Well, that definitely was a chance. It was headed off the line, or it was off the line after the ball was beaten by Jackson Smith. It was a definite chance for the home side, and almost an eruption to our left-hand side. But it will be, after all that, it will be a throw-in, and it's Brandon Nicholson to take it. It's going to be a long throw-in. That will have G'd up the home support. All the Giants have moved into the penalty area. In it comes, the near post flicked on by Ben Sharif. Headed out by Dyche, but it only goes towards McKeeber, who misses the bounce. And Grattan saves the blushes, keeps it going forward. Cleared though by Harrison Neal anywhere, but Carey Sheriff gets onto it, does well, has to play the ball back though. Plays it to Calder. He gives the ball straight away, unfortunately, to Hutchinson. And then he loses the ball to DeCarry Sheriff. DeCarry Sheriff going forward, puts the ball through to Powell, but no chance. Cut out there by Ekpolo. And Hutchinson has the ball again. And some poor football there from Hutchinson, giving Ekpolo no chance with the ball. Goes out for a Kettering throw on the far side, taken quickly. Sheriff to Sheriff, as Lamine passes it to DeCarry. But DeCarry loses out, and once again, it is Prince Ekpolo who does the damage in stopping Kettering progressing forward. It's going to be a throw-in to Kettering with Connor Kennedy. I thought he could do a quick one. He changed his mind. It's back to the long trajectory. And 37 minutes we're into now as Connor Kennedy puts the ball in near post. Back-headed by Connor Johnson, and it loops into the arms of Jordan Ashmaya. And from that goal kick, it goes towards Threllis. There's 2 against 1. Calder does well, hooks it over Threllis, gets the ball to Harrison Neal. He plays it to Kennedy on the halfway line. Kennedy puts the ball forward towards Powell. Powell that won't get there. The number 3 will. That's Nicholson.
It won't run out.
Won't run out, so you have to play. He's played it, and it's down on the byline. Can't see what's happening now as obscured. Ball's been given to Harrison Neal. Connor Kennedy has the ball back to Harrison Neal. Neal flicks it through. A poor ball though, and away comes the Prince, I'm going to call him. Plays the ball out wide to Hutchinson. It's flicked off Calder. Lamine Sheriff traps it, does well. Under pressure, goes down, gets up again. Under pressure, it wasn't a foul, he just fell over. Gets the ball to Neal on the halfway line. He plays it back to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson thinks about it and plays it back to goalkeeper Jackson Smith, right on the edge of his penalty area. Smith calms it down, takes a few paces, and eventually we'll get this back underway as Threllis trying to close him down. It goes towards Sheriff. He won't win the header, he doesn't. He does get the ball back to him. There comes Connor Kennedy going forward. Unusual place for him to be, down by the byline. Gets it over. It goes for a corner. Good work there by Connor Kennedy. Now let's see what Kettering can conjure up from this. Hopefully not a high ball into the area, because we haven't got the personnel to stick the ball in with a header, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, you've got Deitch, Johnson and Ward up there for a corner.
Yep. Ward, in fact, now just entering the penalty area. You're looking at DeCarry Sheriff and the goalkeeper. It looks like David and Goliath. Ball comes in, back post, headed out. Goes towards Lamine Sheriff. Will he get there? It doesn't. Gets there to Threllis. Threllis does a great ball to the Prince, and is robbed by Lamine Sheriff, who then can't keep it in. Does well and entangles with the Guiseley bench. Flicked on towards Threllis. Threllis now gets the ball over. The number 7 Mark comes over, and if Lewis Hay had got there quicker, he would have had an empty goal to tap the ball into, but it goes out for a goal kick. 0-0.
6 minutes to go to half-time then. And Kettering have not had it all their own way as they would have liked over the last 2 games.
No, it's a different game completely to the last 2 that we've seen. There's not a lot of space involved in this game where there was in the other 2 games. And this is more of a dogfight. And so far, Kettering holding out really quite well. There have been a couple of chances for each side, nothing that's been evident of goal bound. They've had one cleared off the line and hit the bar. Kettering have had a couple of half chances. Ball through to Kennedy. Lamine Sheriff flicks it through. It goes through to Kennedy again. Does well. Loses the ball though. Cleared by Hay. Thuelis is up front there. He's got Ward. Bundles Ward down.
Absolutely
and,
a foul every day of the week.
It's a foul. And then he goes on, Thuelis like an idiot, and puts the ball into the net. The home cheers.
Every day of the week, that's a foul.
Should be booked for that, really. But referee, in fact, having a quick word, but nothing happening there. I mean, a captain player that have booked him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But it will be a free kick to Kettering as we're into the 41st minute of this first half. 0-0 here at Nethermoor Guiseley in Yorkshire, West Yorkshire. Smith towards Kennedy. He flicks it through to Powell. Powell might get this. Hutchinson's there. He gets there before Hutchinson. He's on the other side of the pitch this time. Nobody with him for support. Goes one way, turning, twisting, gets the ball back to Calder. Calder takes a touch, then goes down the byline himself, and then is brought down.
Yep.
And that's going to be a free kick. It might be a
both
booking also.
Both
hurt. Calder is down. There's going to be a yellow card for someone. And I presume it's going to be for the Guiseley player. It will be. And it is Makiba that goes into the book. So 1-1 on bookings. Mobika, sorry. That's Calder's got up, trots back, taking a bit of punishment today, the young fullback. And, certainly showed his credentials in the last 3 or 4 games since he's been regular in the side. Made his first appearance on the opening day as a substitute, but has bossed it since he's been in there really since then. There's a free kick on the far side by the corner flag almost. And it's Harrison Neal with it. 6-yard box crammed full of players. And can there be a melee and a tap in, or can Kettering get the ball in the net? We will see in a moment. There goes the whistle. Harrison Neal near post, headed out once again by Lewis Hayter. Powder then gives the ball away. The chance here for Thuelis, who can't control it. And Calder gets the ball back to Jackson Smith. Really a poor free kick. And the home side almost capitalising on the mistake. Yes, it's still 0-0. Richard Murray. Played towards Conor Kennedy, who's fouled. And referee sees it. There was a hand on
Kennedy's fouled
head.
The Guiseley man. Not overly sure how he's given that.
As his head was being pressed down so he couldn't jump. Yeah, it was a very strange one.
It just wasn't a foul either way. Yeah, weird. Anyway, free kick, Jordan Misa, the goalkeeper for Guiseley, will take. We've 2 minutes till half time, plus whatever the referee has decided he's going to add on. Long kick, flicked on. Ward lays it to Calder, whose clearance is deflected away for a throw-in.
Yeah, from the battle today so far. No free-flowing running football. Very tall side, typical Yorkshire side. And Kettering need to counteract that if they're going to get anything from this game. It's back with Dyche. Finds Calder on this far side. Pumped forward by Harrison Neal. Finds the carry Sheriff and then is fouled. Right in front of Paul Cox by Brad Nicholson, or in fact it was Jake Hull, Jake Hull. Another giant, 9'2", I think, Ed.
At least.
Yeah. Look at the size of him and Powell, it's ridiculous. But it will be a free kick when we get underway, and it's going to be Lamine Sheriff to take it.
And he's not going to take it from there.
No, he's not. Thuelis quite rightly tells the referee to get the ball back. It was right in front of Paul Cox, actually. Where
no, it's where he's taking it from now is fine.
Yeah.
I think he overthrew the roll in front of him, and it went about 15 yards.
Quick one to his Calder. Calder puts the ball in towards Ward. There's
Dyche.
Dyche. Might try a shot. He does. And that just loops over.
That's
That
corner,
was
isn't it?
unlucky. It's surely a corner. It was a deflection.
Well, that was a blatant deflection, but never mind.
But no, the referee decides and the linesman decide that it's a goal kick. But a good effort from young Dyche. Bit low trajectory, and that might have crept in, but still remains 0-0 as we're into the 45th minute, as Ed just said. Not been as entertaining as the past two games, but certainly you can't say it's uneven. Both sides very evenly matched as Dyche wins the header. Harrison Hill underneath it heads it on, but intercepted, then cleared towards Powell. It's beaten by Ben Sheriff. Head tennis at the moment. Hutchinson finds
he's put him
Hull.
in a bit of trouble there.
Yeah,
He's done well, Hull, to get that
yeah.
as far away from where it was as possible. He was really put in the lurch by that pass back to him. We've not seen a board go up and how many minutes are added. We have hit 45 minutes now. It's a lot of pulling and pushing and shoving and grabbing over there. It's gone out for a Kettering throw in exactly where the first one was.
Well, they have got a ball, I can see it. But, as you say, nothing's been signalled to us anyway.
No, we've hit 45.
About a minute ago.
Yeah. In fact, I have a stopwatch on the go, and we are now in, well, we're just about to tick over to the 46th. That's a high ball in, and Powell is felled. Always going to call for a penalty, but nothing given. Referee not interested. Powell not happy.
Well, as all good strikers do, is always have a few words at the ref.
Chance to break the deadlock before half-time then with a Kennedy long throw.
Well, this should
I
be the
can't
last
imagine,
action.
yeah, there'll be much added on after this. If this is cleared, expect to hear the half-time whistle. Kennedy then will throw long. In it comes. It's towards the front post. It is headed away. Lamine Sheriff brings it down. Tries to put it into the area again. It's Lamine Sheriff on his backside has managed to inexplicably keep the ball. Kennedy, sorry. Still going down the right-hand side. Lofted ball in towards the back post. It's over everyone. Powell will keep it in on the touchline over the far side. Will he? He does, but he's lost the ball and there's a battle going on. Guiseley will bring it away. No half-time whistle just yet, and that's left in the lurch by Calder, and Guiseley come away. There's a lot of time left in this first half. Still going, Guiseley. Lays it out to the right. Calder dealing with his man. Not well enough yet. Still going. Still going. Laid off. Clearance is deflected. Kennedy picks the ball up. Referee looks at his watch. Clearance is completed. Stays in place. Still no half-time whistle. And that is put out of the ground by the Guiseley defender.
So you don't have to announce how many minutes.
You don't have to, it just helps. So there'll be just enough time for this throw in. It's not going to go long though, because Barrett has it. It's taken short to Neil. Back to Barrett the taker. In low, Kennedy won't get there. Cleared. Referee still. Referee does know we are playing half times today, doesn't he?
Oh, no, so there's a foul there on Cuellis.
Oh, no foul, says the referee there. Half time, says the referee. We have hit half time and it's 0-0. No one seems to know that the half time whistle has gone. But there we are.
Well, there we are. The announcer giving out 0-0 here at half-time. It's not been a match for the purist by any means. It's been a very tough battle from both sides. And it is, as I say, if you had the statistics on it, probably there's a couple of chances that Guiseley had. They hit the bar and they had one cleared off the line. But Kettering, in response, a few half chances. But Paul Cox will need to work some magic in the second half to get Kettering playing some different style of football, probably, to break down this stubborn Guiseley defence. Ed and I are going to take a break for a couple of, about 10 minutes or so, get our breath back as the sun beams out here at Netherfield. Half-time then, it's Guiseley FC 0, Kettering Town 0.
to Nethermoor Park. Kettering are back out, and now as a Guiseley onto the pitch here. It was a difficult first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 0-0 is a fair reflection. On balance, probably Guiseley had two of the better chances. They hit the bar, had one cleared off the line, kept a few half chances, but hopefully Paul Cox has worked the magic at half time and got the Poppies into believing they can win this game and go on and do so. Plenty of options on the substitute bench. Jordan Crawford yet to make an appearance for the Poppies since that signing on in the summer. Lorik Dikesi, he's the midfielder, he's there. Tom Unwin, Claudio Foso, who scored the first goal of the season for the Poppies this year, and Kyle Perry. There's the subs. There hasn't been any made at half time, so there we go. Kettering now kicking from right to left.
There's a substitution.
There is one being made, yes, but not for us.
6-4-3 attendance.
6-4-3 is the attendance.
There is going to be a substitution for Guiseley. Andrew Hollins is going to come on. Don't know who for.
Don't have boards here, do we, that they use? So
long discussion between Kennedy Powell and the referee on the centre spot. Not overly sure what that's all about. Lots of gesturing and pointing and arms waving. Still 0-0. If you've just joined us, it's Lewis Hay who's gone off for the hosts.
He did take that knock, didn't he, in that first half down here? So I presume another giant, the man coming on.
Goodness
I mean,
he's actually taller than all
no
of the
chance of
other
winning
players.
any headers, I don't think, in that back four. Must be average height is about 7 foot.
He is a big,
like a basketball team
player.
It really is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Must be over 6'6".
Even the fullbacks are tall. It's, Kettering need to. You can see what they were trying in the first half. They were trying to get it over the back line to run onto, but when the back line is 6'8", it's difficult to get anything over them.
Exactly, isn't it? It's a problem they're going to need to work on if they're going to get anything out of this game other than a draw. And there's a false start. The whistle went, and the Grattan decided to make a start. But the ball's back with Woy. Wants it back in there again. The referee.
Would be nice if we could get the second half started at some
Guiseley
point.
insist in running forward before the ball's played from the referee's whistle, so it's been retaken again. Powell's third attempt. He'll do it again.
It's not the ref's fault.
4 times that took. Unbelievable.
What's he supposed to do? He's not kicked off, and Guiseley plays about 20 yards in the Kettering's half.
Yep, ridiculous, but there we go.
There we are.
So throw on the far side now. It's going to be Barrett to take this for the Poppies. He leaves it for Connor Johnson. Another good first half from the youngster. He delivers the ball towards Barrett. He gets there, but the captain of the home side hoops the ball high, and Prince gets it away to Hutchinson.
Very advanced.
Yeah, Thwellis is there and wins the ball over Dyche. Dyche does well, and then Hutchinson wins it off him. It's the home side going forward, making an early move. Good ball on the far side. Good work there though from Barrett, dispossessing the Guiseley forward. Can De Sheriff get in between them? He's got between them both, does well. Nobody with him though. There is now ball through Kennedy, a poor ball on the back flick, and Kettering's attack is easily disposed of, and Guiseley now going forward with George Cantrell. Plays it out wide to Thwellis, who had a very good first half for the home side. He beats Connor Johnson, and still Thwellis with the ball. Johnson hanging on, and Johnson eventually fouls Thwellis. The referee brings the ball back for the first one. But Guiseley have come out the traps so far in this second half. Just a minute into the game, and they look like their half-time tea talk was more positivity up front. And they've certainly taken it to Kettering in the first few minutes. It's a free kick then on the far side. 0-0. Listen to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. with Ed Palmer and myself, Paul Cook, here describing what is going on for you. Referee's blown the whistle. He's watching all the movement. Ball comes in low. It bounces off to Carrie Sheriff. It comes back again though. Nicholson feeds the ball through. Grattan can't keep it in. He loses out to Barrett. Barrett gets the ball to the Carrie Sheriff. Sheriff plays it back to Calder, and it's intercepted again.
Calder?
No, it was Lamine Sheriff, wasn't it, that gave the ball away. There's a foul on the far side, and referee may be having some words here with Barrett. And he is having just a word with him. But it will be a free kick on the far side, halfway in Kettering's half. Brad Nicholson is over the ball with Jacob Grattan. Nicholson looks like he's going to take responsibility. The penalty area is all spread out. They're not clumped together like normal. So who's going to take it? Let's see. Whistle goes. It comes in and it ricochets off and is cleared by Neil. That could have gone anywhere. Powell's going to want him, was going for it and wins it well, and then he's brought down, but gets a throw in out of it.
Oi!
And Connor Kennedy pushes the number 6, Makiba, right in front of us.
Well,
and Powell is down there underneath.
Not overly sure.
So potential handbags, they're more like purses.
Yes.
I'd have thought on that one.
Clutch bags, I think
Clutch
they're called,
bags,
aren't they?
yes. It's going to be eventually, it'll be Dyche with the throw-in, pinched a few yards. About 10 yards is pinched. Marvellous. And it's thrown towards Kennedy, headed on by Prince. That should go for a corner, and does. So Harrison Neal is going over to take this, as the linesman are getting a lot of abuse.
He's laughing it off though,
He's
fair
laughing
play
it off,
to him.
I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's got a big grin on his face there, the linesman.
Neal comes in towards that back post. There's Dyche, wins the header, but it's a melee here. Can get anything on it? They can't. Dyche fires, shoots it, ricochets again. Can Powell get there? He can. Chests it outside the penalty area, takes one touch and another. Plays it again. No, he trying all his tricks, plays it out square to Kennedy on the far side. Kennedy inside the penalty area, goes one way, goes the other, still Kennedy with it. Can he get the ball over? Comes low, goalkeeper misjuggles it, and it's cleared away desperately by the home side. There is Neil with the ball there, gets it to Calder. Calder does well under pressure. Threllis, Calder might try a shot, doesn't, plays it square to Kennedy. Kennedy might try a long ranger. He does, it comes in low, and that just goes inches wide of the goal mouth there, but a good session there from Kettering. And their best movement going forward, resulting in a shot from Kennedy just going inches wide of the post in the 50th minute here at Guiseley at the Netherfield. And referee linesman still getting some abuse from the crowd in front of us. We're very partisan, but then there will be because they're home fans and want to see things go their way all the time, as home fans do. But when we get back to the action, it will be a goal kick, and is. And that's pumped towards us here. Harrison Hill underneath it, he wins it, but Hutchinson gets a foot in. Connor Johnson underneath it, gets the ball, but only towards Nicholson. He plays it out wide. Threllis, him with the chance here. Threllis going through, and good tackle there by Luke Ward. Very good, but he gives the ball away after that good work. Harrison Neal trying to find Lammy Sheriff. Lammy Sheriff can't get there. Ball with Hutchinson on this left-hand side. He comes inside, might try a shot himself. Hutchinson has to play the ball out wide. Plays it out to Akpoko, puts the ball in, parried by Calder, and that goes for a throw. End-to-end stuff at the moment, Ed.
Yes, it is. It's
your eardrums.
Throw in for Guiseley, which I presume is going to go long again. It's Mbika to come across and take it. But, there's no short option for him. Jackson Smith readying himself for the long one.
We're surrounded by giants, isn't he, old Jackson? But
headed away, headed back into the area. Keeper really well collected that from Jackson Smith. Wants to go quickly. He does go quickly. It's very high into the air, and Powell will maybe get this. He does, and it's kept in, and Powell is still going into the penalty area on the right-hand side. He loses the ball. It did too much.
Just like Sterling, really, he needs to get the ball, doesn't he, away at times, past the ball rather than try and beat them all on his own. That was a fine example. Kept to get the ball back though with Neil up to Calder on this left-hand side. Calder, he's got the carry Sheriff, who he's used. He just has another penalty on the left-hand side. Calder continues one. Sheriff puts one in. He goes.
Oh,
goal! It's in. 1-0. Kettering. The carry Sheriff gets the ball past. And I'm just checking the linesman. Yeah, it's no problem. Kettering go, and there's Sheriff celebration. Somersault over. Kettering take the lead, Ed. 1-0.
Well, what a great finish that is from Decary Sheriff.
Yeah, his first start of the season due to injury to Isaac Stones, and he punishes the home side there, out of the reach of Jordan Ashmeyer, and it nestles into the corner of the net where the Kettering fans are housed, and Kettering take the lead here on the 52nd minute, although we've run into the 53rd. It was scored on the 52nd minute, and that will please the travelling contingent. And it's pleased Ed and myself, obviously, as well. And the Kettering fans delighted with that goal. So there we are, first real chance on target, and it goes in for Kettering. 1-0 to the Poppies. And we're back underway with Poco. He's got the ball back to Nicholson. He plays it long. Dyche wins that one. Lamine Sheriff can't get there. The ball's back here with Hutchinson, who's proving to be a handful. Dyche has got Mabika, and that's a foul by Dyche on Mabika down by the corner flag on our right hand side. It looked like a little slip to me, and it will be a long throw, and I would think, with
it's
the aerial presence.
Well, I mean, it's a free kick, so I'm unsure as it'd be a throw-in.
In fact, it is a free kick. And
might be a long, might be a long free kick
from there anyway. But it might be a long free kick. But it's in a dangerous position. There's a 2-mile wall for Kettering. It's on this right-hand side, parallel, I suppose, to the 6-yard box. And everybody up there. Ball comes in towards that back post. It should be a goal here, and it's a complete miss header. And any contact there by, I think that one was Nicholson, and that could have been 1-1. It went over him as he went to head it. And Kettering get away with that one. But Jackson Smith placing the ball on the 6-yard line. 1-0 to the Poppies. If you've just joined us in the second half, scored by Decary Sheriff. There's a strike inside the penalty area, clipping the back of the net. Goalkeeper full stretch beaten.
Wonderful goal, really, when you think about it. He's not really shot, he's just placed, he's passed it into the back of the net, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it looked like almost a deflection. I don't know if there was, but it looked like it must have been a bobble on the flat surface.
Yeah,
and
it just stayed on the ground the whole way and just crept in at the far post.
Yeah, the goalkeeper might have been unsighted a bit, which was nice.
Nothing. I don't even think the goalkeeper could do anything about it if he wasn't unsighted. No. It was just, like you say, it was just passed into the back of the net. It was beautiful.
Well, throwing on the far side, it's Barrett. He finds Lamine Sheriff, who plays it to Neil. Neil, who instigated the goal in the first place, gets the ball to Barrett. Barrett, though, there's a foul on Ben Sheriff after the ball by Kennedy, and Kennedy will probably get a talking to by the referee. He's not been booked yet, Kennedy, which is unusual. Sorry about that. But
sorry, Connor, but we all know it's true.
All know it's true.
Although, in all fairness, since he's been given the armband, he has two bookings out in 5-6 games.
This is 6 game, yeah.
That's more not the same as the Kennedy of old. He's had about 8 bookings in 6 games.
8 bookings in 6 games.
Yeah, a couple of red cards as well. But he has mellowed a lot, and I think the responsibility's done him good, Connor Kennedy. Yeah,
he's not getting the goals like he did last season or the season before, but there we are. Ball is back with Ward, Connor Johnson, who puts it out of play. It goes on to the cricket field where they are playing. You just see some outfield players.
Yes, there we go, I think.
And an in-swinging Yorker goes out.
I think it might have actually been clipped away for 4 along the leg side.
Well, it's been brought back, and it's going to be a long throw in on the far side by the Guiseley force. In it comes, near post, flicked on by Nicholson. cleared by Dyche, but only towards, I'm not sure who that one is, that Thwellis. He plays the ball out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson comes inside, chance here, good ball, that might go out, no, it stays in, and they get a corner out of it. Good work there from Mabika, and that will be a corner. As I say, Kettering under pressure from these corners. They've got a very, very tall team against them. And although Connor Johnson and Kennedy are fairly tall themselves, they are out-inched, let's call it, at the moment. Waiting for this to come in. It's on the right-hand side. Comes in, back post, headed out by Kennedy. Powell trying to get there and does well. Kennedy gets the ball to Lamine Sheriff. He plays it forward in swinger, but it's lumped out. You might hear a clonk. No, well, you might have heard that little clonk, but I thought it was going to land right on top of us. It didn't. Throw into Kettering.
Well, yeah, I
Calder,
think
left-hand side.
Sheriff will be disappointed with that attempted pass. It was on, but it was poor. It's a good work from Guiseley there at the back line.
Official attendance, if you didn't hear, was at 643. There's probably about 70 or 80 from Kettering
I'd say about
that have made the journey.
There's a good 30 over the far side, and there's a fair few sat in the stand that we recognise, some of the old guard.
Yep, Kettering trying to pump the ball forward, but it's been clear. Kennedy a fouled little push.
Not too sure how you can go on about us being soft and southern and then want that to be given as a free kick. There we are. Good header from Barrett, throw-in for Guiseley, right in front of Paul Cox. Half an hour to go, just over in this game. Kettering leading 1-0, thanks to Dakari Sheriff. That's been headed backwards by the Guiseley man and then well completed by one of the giants at the back. I think it was the 15, Andrew Hollins, who headed that back to the keeper. He has it now, clipped long. Neil does win the header. Kennedy can't get there in front of Prince Polo. Now it's out on this near side with Reagan Hutchinson. Hutchinson down the line for Mbika. Mbika well tackled by Ricardo Calder. Throw in for Guiseley. Hutchinson wants to take it quick. Has taken quick. Sheriff is battling away. He's managed to nick the ball, but it stays with Guiseley. Dyche battling with Mbika, and it's another throw in for Guiseley. Mbika is already there. Don't know if it's going to go long, this one. It isn't, but it has gone towards the edge of the penalty area on the right-hand side. Well defended. Calder doesn't clear it. It's deflected off Mbika, and there's a chance for Guiseley. Hutchinson brings it down in the penalty area. Wide! Great chance. Really, really good chance.
Yeah, we're at the angle there. It was it hit it outside of the foot, and it was swerving away from Jackson Smith into the side netting, but a definite chance there for the home side from Hutchinson. Has probably been their best player. Him and Thwellis have been causing Kettering a few problems, but it went harmlessly into the side netting for those Poppies fans on the far side who won't have seen the angle that Ed and I saw it and possibly thought that had gone in. But it remains Guiseley 0, Kettering Town 1. The all-important goal scored by Dakari Sheriff. And it is Dakari Sheriff with the ball at the moment. He beats his man quite well. He's down by the corner flag and gets a corner out of it.
Ooh, okay.
And
I thought that had come back off him. But
yeah, it did look like that, but it's a corner to Kettering.
No real complaints from Guiseley, though, so we are at the wrong end of the pitch for it. Again, these corners really do a lot when you've got about 6 players in the penalty area from Guiseley who are well over 6'2", 6'3".
Well, yes, there ought to be plan B with these corners, really, because it's always back post to Kennedy. It's always being out-marshalled by Hamza Benchef.
Yeah, Ben Sharif, the captain. Captain on captain. In it comes. It doesn't reach Kennedy. It's up, and it should be away, and it is away. It'll be a Kettering throw-in on the halfway line. And again, the...
If you are listening in from around the world, just drop us a line where you are. We'll try and mention you as we carry out this commentary into the 62nd minute.
So Max Dyche in front of us takes the throw in down the line, flicked on to Sheriff. It was fired in it, though, and it comes off his shin and out for another throw in. This time for Guiseley.
Mark 7, I'm in exotic Thrapston. Nothing about that sentence is true, Seb. Well, you're in there, I suppose, but...
Deitch clips the ball to Neil. Neil wonderfully stabs it back to Johnson. Clipped long. That's going to be too far for Barrett, is it? No, it's not. Look, I didn't expect that pace from Barrett. I know he was quick, but
Chris
here's
Churchill
Powell.
is in Eastbourne.
Powell still going.
It's like Eastbourne here, isn't it?
But away. We will get to Eastbourne in a second, I promise, as Guiseley brings the ball away. Sheriff battling, and a great challenge from Connor Johnson gets the ball off a Guiseley man for a Kettering throw-in.
He's a tower of strength, Johnson, isn't he? Every game he plays, he puts the shift in, and certainly as...
Yes, Eastbourne is, I'm sure, lovely. There's
you get that
no
short.
one actually knows what's going on. I've never been to Eastbourne, so I can't really say. Well, I may have done for the football, but I've not actually been to Eastbourne for a...
Eastbourne Borough, wasn't it? I think
yes.
when we used to play them in the conference.
But Seagrave, Kev. Oh well, you've got your health.
Yeah. Ekpolo is down as we meander on with some nonsense as usual. Don't forget, next Saturday we are away at Spalding in the FA Cup.
Oh, lovely.
Lowestoft, yes, I've been there a few times. Lowestoft, and it hasn't moved actually.
He's
might
still
be
down,
more
isn't he?
Serious than we thought. There was a collision. Of course, we get a lot of sympathy from the Kettering fans that are over there, as you'd imagine. And gives the Kettering players a chance to reflect and take some fluids on. Still no movement substitute-wise. Paul Cox there doing some sort of little dance in front of Ben Marvin. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. But
I don't know. It isn't Mbika. It's
is it?
Ekpolo.
Yeah, Ekpolo. And he's still down at... it will be a Kettering throw-in, I would think, when they have the ball, because Barrett has the ball in his hands. 1-0 if you've only just joined us. Where have you been? It's been an interesting game.
It has. Still down, Ekpolo. He is
being helped up.
Sat up, and now he's been helped up onto his feet by Lamine Sheriff as well.
He's hobbling back to go out of play.
He's leaving the pitch under his own steam, which is good.
Doesn't look good though, does he? So
Peter Warren, Clipston Riviera.
In that football team? Clipston Riviera, Anstey Nomads at Clipston.
Anyway, we're back underway, I think. Throw in far side, Johnson to take it about 20 yards inside Guiseley's half.
Barrett actually, but...
was it?
Yeah.
It was. Well done. Barrett gets it back and now goes down the byline towards the touchline, towards the byline. Left-footed, puts it in, cleared away by George Cantrill, straight into those Kettering fans in the stand. They're not behind the goal, the majority of the Kettering fans. They're to the small covered terrace to the right of where Kettering are attacking, where Kennedy is about to take the long throw in front of, and getting a warm welcome. In fact, it's a short throw to Sheriff. Lamine, that is, back to Kennedy. Cleared at the front post and then completed by Hutchinson, I think it is. Powell on this near side, back to Harrison Neal. Harrison Neal tries to get it down the line. It's been cut out easily by Hutchinson though. And Guiseley will get the ball away. Calder, left-footed, straight back into the area, and it's a heavy touch by the Guiseley man, cleared away. And I don't know how a Guiseley man has got there in between 5 Kettering players, but he has. It doesn't matter anyway. It's been given straight away to Kettering again. Lamine Sheriff loses the ball and Barrett can't get there. Guiseley will try and come away down the line again. It's a good battle and into the centre now as Guiseley have some space to attack, and they will attack. Bursting forward on this right-hand side, It's Hutchinson against Calder. Now it's Mbika. Mbika back to Hutchinson. Ball clipped in. Smith thought about coming for it. He didn't. It's headed away by Barrett. Kennedy brings it on his chest, brings it round the number 4. And then does too much, Connor Kennedy, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and there's a free kick to Gloucester. John Ramshaw.
Gloucester?
I did it on Twitter, and I've done it in person. Guiseley. I just read Gloucester on Twitter, which was the problem. Guiseley.
How are they doing, by the way?
I think they're still 1-1.
Right. Well, it will be a free kick to Gloucester, and they've taken it
Thank
quickly.
you for that. Yeah, still 1-1.
Ball comes in towards the Nicholson back post. He gets to it, and there comes Smith. He does well. He goes down on the ball under pressure, but Nicholson got up, and the goalkeeper, young Jackson Smith, alert to it.
67 minutes on the clock, still 0-0. You're listening to Ed Palmer, Paul Cook on Poppy's TV audio, sponsored wonderfully by Elgood's Brewery, and that throw out from Jackson Smith has been cut out by the Gloucester man. Barrett stayed down, and here come Guiseley. On the left-hand side, a slip, but he keeps the ball, but it allows Johnson to get in the way, and Johnson gets there in front of the Guiseley man, and it's deflected off the Guiseley man for a Kettering throw-in. No. I'm still reliving the game a few weeks ago.
Just heard Ramshaw's vocals from this distance, so he must be screaming something out.
Still couldn't understand him.
No, it's some gibberish. But
I've had a lovely conversation with him on the coach up. Not sure what was going on, but it was a lovely conversation.
Lovely conversation. I just nodded my head. Looks like they're going to make another substitution on the home side.
Kettering still not making any substitutions yet.
What's going on now?
Throw-in's taken. I don't know what the delay was. Kettering throw-in. It's come off Hamza Ben Sheriff.
So 3 Sheriffs on then, really?
Yes, technically, yeah.
Spelt differently, but Ben Sheriff, DeCarry Sheriff, and Lamine.
Carl Perry's warming up. He's taking his bib off. I wonder whether he's going to come on.
It is Connor Johnson with the throw towards Barrett. He can't win it. The other Sheriff, third one, does, but Barrett gets the ball back, gets it to DeCarry Sheriff, who's down by the corner flag. Has to play the ball back to Lamine Sheriff. It's all the Sheriffs, isn't it? It's now back with Johnson, where it originated from. It's been pumped forward. And DeCarry Sheriff might get there before the goal kick does. Oh, he's hit the post! No chance there. And blocked to the other post. How unlucky was that? A diminutive foot there from DeCarry Sheriff. Got in front of the goalkeeper. It agonisingly hit the post and came out across the goal mouth. There was Powell at the back post trying to get it in from a acute angle, but a fantastic block by the Guiseley number 2. Jake Hull denied a certain number 2 for Kettering, but a great passage of play, and it went out for a corner. And it will be Harrison Neal to take that. Well, that was exciting, and Kettering there so unlucky not to be 2 goals ahead. Almost had a cardiac on that one, Ed. And it's Neal with the ball, comes in here, back post. It hits Connor Johnson. It comes in. There's a flicker handball. No forgiving. There's Neal. Kennedy fires. It's blocked, and then finally just hooked away by Guiseley in desperation. Calder underneath it, heads it back towards Neal. He misses it, and Guiseley finally managed to get the ball away from the danger area as Hutchinson tries to find Grattan. Calder wins it, but gets the ball into Thwellis. Thwellis plays it out wide for Ekpolo. He's on the ball going in the Kettering half. End to end at the moment. Interception by Kennedy. Kennedy, though, gives the ball away.
What's he supposed to do?
And the ball on this near side now with Hutchinson. He's got space. He might try a speculative shot here. He looks it from our angle. Plays it out wide. Good tackle there from Calder, who once again is putting in another good shift. 71 minutes, and there is going to be another substitution for the home side as Perry sits down. Again, Ed all excited that we're going to see Carl Perry on the pitch.
Why would you do that to me?
And it's looking like number 16
are we not? Are we doing it now?
Felix.
No, we're not. It's a throw-in coming in. There's a. Sorry, we're not actually sure what happened there. The linesman signalled that we were taking a substitution, and it's not been taken. Ball down the line. Good challenge by Calder. I don't know what's going on now. There's a tangle of bodies and legs, and it's a corner for Guiseley.
Substitution not going to be made at the moment. It will be Kane Felix, we believe, when it is made, but it is a corner. Kettering needs to defend this, obviously.
Substitution.
Being made.
That's interesting.
And Prince Ekpolo is coming off. So... getting a warm round of applause from the home fans. Kane Felix. I think he had a cat named after him, didn't he?
No?
Had a cat named after him, I believe.
Corner for Guiseley. Be right-footed, so swinging away from the goalkeeper. Oh no, it'll be left-footed, apologies. Swinging towards the goalkeeper. Great punch, Jackson Smith. Really good punch as he puts it straight over to another throw-in on the far side.
Yeah, did very well, the Wolves under 23 keeper there. Certainly it's good having two goalkeepers of equal standard in the Kettering goal. Foul throw there, but given allowed. Cleared by Lamine Sheriff, but he gives it away, I think. No, Powell gets there, does very well. Powell over the halfway line and then bundled down. Nothing given by the referee. And that will be a throw-in to Guiseley. Powell looks disgusted that he's not been given free
John
kick.
Ramshaw not happy, and we can hear that from over here.
Yep. As Felix's first touch flicks the ball on towards Trellis, but hooked
well
away by Luke Ward. Guiseley with the ball out here towards Hutchinson in front of us in our commentary position. He's on this left-hand side. Plays it. I'm not sure what was going on with the McKee, but to kick the ground, then looked up at it. Nicholson underneath it, gets it to Hutchinson though. In there, it's flicked into Kettering's half. Harrison Neal takes it on his thigh and then is attempted tackled by Thwellis. Gets the ball to Calder. Calder plays it back to Dyche. Dyche to Ward. Ward back to Dyche. Dyche forward. Will Powell get there? Really, he has got really there indeed. Powell does a double shuffle like Muhammad Ali. He's going by Jake Hull, we hope. Gets the ball to Lamine Sheriff. Lamine Sheriff, a little touch to Calder. Calder on this left-hand side. Calder going down there, attacking wise. And Hutchinson missed the tackle. Calder gets the ball in. It's low. And down goes Powell, trying to get a penalty. Nothing given by the referee. And Guiseley get the ball away. Intercepted by Neal to Lamine Sheriff. Sheriff down to Calder. Calder. Still Calder with it, down by the corner flag, trying to get the ball over again. It comes off Hull, and that should be a corner. Akpolo off, that will leave a hole. There's always one, isn't there?
Is it Sev?
It is. How did you know that?
I don't know, I just had a guess. So, corner for Kettering. Harrison Neal over to take it, right-footed.
Well, I bet to... No, I won't say that joke.
No, best not. I think I know where you're going with that.
It's going to be a mint one then.
Yeah. Neal lofts it in. It'll be easily cleared because it's cleared and there's about 4 7-foot defenders in there. Throw in for Kettering over the far side.
Well, Thwellis believes it's his throw-in. I can't see how, really.
Yeah, he's the only one in the ground.
Well, yes.
Long throw-in then from Kennedy in front of those Kettering fans again. 15 minutes left of this game. Flicked up, not away. Johnson stabs it to Kennedy, who lets it bounce on his chest. And then to Lamine Sheriff, then Powell. Powell onto his right foot. Plays a wonderful ball out to Kennedy. Kennedy first time across goal. Oh, it was missed by Connor Johnson.
Well, that was a ball whipped in there. Any touch from Connor Johnson, that would have been 2-0. But it came in at an extra pace, and he'd have done well to get anything on it, which he didn't. And that went out for a goal kick. But another chance, and I'd rather the chances be down that end of the ground than the opposite end of the ground. 1-0 to Kettering Town if you've just joined us here at Guiseley. Scored by DeCarry Sheriff, who came in to make his first start of the season. All his other appearances have been substitutes. And back underway. That's a Kettering throw-in from the goal kick, headed out by...
Still no interest from the bench for Kettering, is there?
No. As you said, there's a couple with bibs off. Tom Unwin and Carl Perry.
Yeah.
But no movement yet. It was late against Gloucester that and against Fylde that we made a change. Ball pumped forward towards DeCarry. He don't keep this in and hasn't.
He's done well to put it out for a throw-in though.
Right on the corner flag.
Keeps the pressure again.
Do you know what the score is? Yes.
1-0, yes. 1-0. It is still DeCarry Sheriff's goal, the difference. Throw in, taken long, flicked up by Barrett, headed forward by Sheriff. Would have been better bringing that down. He didn't get a shout. And Guiseley will attack here with the number 10, Thewlis. Thewlis still going, him and Johnson battling really well. And Johnson wins that battle by stabbing the boot in the way. Out for a throw in.
throw in on the far side, a long one to be taken. Then Kettering under a bit of pressure at the moment as all the Giants go forward. Only Powell is left up front for the Poppies. Comes in. There's Johnson. The back header though by Lammy, and that goes to the top of his head and goes over the bar for a corner. Something Kettering didn't really want into the 78th minute of this game. And it will be Grattan to take this. On the far side, looks like it will be an in-swinger the way
Danger
he's...
here, I think. Although it isn't, because it's an awful corner.
Calder gets a foot to it and hoofs the ball out for a throw-in.
Be a throw-in for Guiseley. Will it be taken quickly, or will it be left for a long throw? It'll be left for a long throw.
Well, all the Kettering subs are up watching this as the ball comes in from the throw-in. Johnson gets a head to it, and then Calder gets another head. It's headed back into the area towards Hutchinson. Hutchinson under pressure by Connor Johnson. Hutchinson still with the ball to Thwellis. Thwellis gets the ball over to Hull. Intercepted though by Lamine Sheriff, and then he's knocked off the ball. He's done well, Lamine Sheriff. Gets the ball here through to Calder. Calder's got acres of space here. There's only Powell up there with him. Powell wants the ball. Can Calder see him? He comes outside him. He's in a difficult position. Everyone's back now. They're still in the penalty area here. Poor ball in though. But Kettering do get possession back through Lamine Sheriff. He squares the ball on the far side to Barrett, who's got some room. There's Powell waiting for the ball. He gets it now. It's Powell on that far side. Powell trickily goes by here and runs the ball out of play to the cheers of the home side, and that will be a goal kick. Almost went into Peter Short. That made an interesting photo. There we are. It's goal kick, and it will be Jordan Ashmia to take it in all purple. Still no subs made by the Poppies. They're holding out really well with the players on the park against quite a physical side. Headed on. Tom Ward loops the ball back towards DeCarry Sheriff. Goes high into the sky. There's a lot of head tennis going on. Hutchinson gets the ball, but Connor Kennedy gets there first. Kennedy's got nobody with him. He finds Calder now on the left-hand side. Calder, he might go on the outside, down towards the corner flag. Plays it back to Kennedy. Kennedy just outside the penalty. He's inside the penalty area. Kennedy, still Kennedy with it. Can he get across? And he can. Cut out, and that is a corner for Kettering. That was a good cross there from Kennedy. Cut out by Jake Hull. And that's a couple of times Hull has saved the home side from a possibility of a goal going in. He was the one that blocked Powell's shot at the back post. And it will be Harrison Neal to take this corner. 1-0 to the Poppies. In it comes. Back post. Oh, it hits Connor Johnson, and it goes way over the bar onto the score box, whatever you want to call it. Screen at the back. And almost nestled on top of it, but a good chance there. Anything on the forward, it might have been in, but it hit the top of his head. And referee, is there going to be another substitution, is it? I'm not sure it is, yeah. This is the third one for the home side. Hutchinson is going off, and is being replaced by Adam Hoare. Well, Adam Hoare must be some player then, because Hutchinson's caused Kettering all sorts of problems this afternoon. But they've handled him well. And the ball is back under play and goes out of play. Lamine Sheriff goes down. He was pushed in the back. And he goes down right in front of John Ramshaw and the sports therapist Rachel. He went down with a thud. And he's still down and doesn't look particularly. There was nothing nasty about it other than a slight awkward fall, yeah. He's up.
That's good.
Paul Cox remonstrating with the referee. I'm presuming that's what he's doing, as
really?
We can't hear him anymore now. No, that's unusual. And
what actually is going on?
I don't know. Ramshaw is going to be spoken to.
They're saying that Sheriff has to stay off because he got treatment from the sports therapist.
Well, he was off the pitch.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know some of these referees, but there we go. It's still
he's
one.
Probably right.
Yeah.
But
Connor Johnson then gets us back underway. Nicholson heads it for the home side. Lamine Sheriff back on the pitch, gets to it first.
Oh, head injury.
Head injury, but
no. Yes.
Neil gets up.
Oh, I
Connor
don't know.
Kennedy trying to find DeCarry Sheriff. He does so on the far side. Only Powell in there. DeCarry Sheriff being tackled, and it comes off Sheriff. Sheriff can't believe it. And there will be a throw on the far side. That'll be taken by Brad Nicholson. No, it won't.
7.5 to go, plus whatever's added on. 1-0 Kettering so far to carry Sheriff's goal early in the second half. The difference so far. Here come Guiseley forward again, though, on the left-hand side. And Barrett sprints back, wins the ball, and is fouled.
Thwellis this time fouls him. And a lot of sympathy from the home fans in front of us from that one.
Well,
as you'd expect. Perry is up on his feet again. Barrett still down, putting his boot back on. Just a reminder that next Saturday we are at Spalding United for the FA Cup, Emirates FA Cup second qualifying round. Just need to get 7 goals to equal Tottenham. And hope to see some of you there. If not, you can listen to us. Ed and I will be there covering the game. Referee telling Jackson Smith to get on with it. He trots out to take it.
I think he'd actually be quicker if he walked. He's doing that run that isn't a run.
Or a walk, isn't it?
Or a walk,
No,
yeah.
Anyway, he does deliver the ball. That's going to go straight out. And that results in a goal kick to the home side into the 84th minute of this game. Can the Poppies hang on? I'd say go for another goal, personally. Put it out of reach. Goal kick been taken, pumped into the Kettering half. Dyche underneath it, wins it. Gets it towards Kennedy. Kennedy flicks it on to Powell. Powell traps it, does well. Gets the ball to Neil. Neil pumps it forward to DeCarry Sheriff. He can't get there. Out comes the goalkeeper and bowls the ball out on the other side to Brad Nicholson. He pumps it forward. Interception there by Barrett. Oh, a missed kick there. Now, DeCarry Sheriff's got a chance. He's got nobody with him at the moment. He plays it out wide to Powell. Powell has the ball. He's got Calder as support. He's down on the corner flag, trying to get the ball over. He's doing a double shuffle. And straight into the goalkeeper's arms as Jake Hull was bearing down on him again. And the goalkeeper juggled it a little bit, but he clung on and bowls the ball out to that far side. And if you heard that, if you haven't heard our broadcast earlier, the attendance here is 643. At least 70 or 80 from Kettering have made the trip as Neil gets the ball on the halfway line. He plays it out wide to Barrett. Barrett, long ball towards Powell. Powell this time's in front of his winners there. Gets
what a goal!
2-0. What a goal that is from Powell. That's what he can do to you. You give him room, he'll put it in. That should be game, set and match. But and the goalkeeper looks absolutely astounded.
What a finish.
What a finish by Callum Powell. 2-0. Well, that's his 5th goal of the season in 6 games.
Who put the ball in? Was it Sheriff?
Powell.
Who put
Yes, I'm just saying to Ed there. It was Sheriff that put the ball in to Powell, and he got in between the 2 giants. And this time it worked perfectly. No headers involved. Got his foot in, steered it by the keeper. 2-0 to Kettering. And now, hopefully, that has put the game to bed. You never can tell. Stamford were 2-0 up at Spalding on Tuesday and lost 3-2 in 4 minutes. So I'm going to put the kibosh on things. But it is a 2-0 advantage as some of the home fans decide they've seen enough. And they're off. And won't be happy with this. But I'm sure there's a certain man over there, namely Paul Cox, that is. Well, we're back underway again, and that ball is towards Jake Hull, but it goes out, and that would be a Kettering Town throw-in. Another impressive second half from the Poppies, proving that they are becoming a very good side indeed. They can soak up the pressure, they can play the football, they can fight it out. As they've done, it's not been a classic, but it's been a worthwhile watched game, that is for sure. And another 3 vital points look like they could be in the bag as we go into the 87th. Throw-in been taken. Another throw into Kettering. Dyche not too keen to take it quickly. He's got the ball on the halfway line. And Hull has been named the man of the match, and probably rightly so, as the ball comes to Powell again. Powell on the edge of the penalty area. It's still Powell. He might try a shot here. He's got a lot facing him. He turns, twists, goes again. Powell, he's got to release the ball, certainly. He does. Gets it to Calder. Calder, edge of the penalty, puts it through to... and there's a hold on there to the carry Sheriff. His shirt's being tugged all over the place. Nothing given by the referee. Gets the ball over, and it's too hard. No one can connect with it. But his shirt's been ripped off his back there as he was going in, and the referee right in front of him ignored it. And that was another chance for the Poppies. As I say, Jake Hull has been voted man of the match for Guiseley. I think that's the right decision, although I think Threllis has been a threat, and Hutchinson early doors has also put some time in for the home side. Foul there by Harrison Neal, and he will go into the book. I would think he's fouled Threllis, and he does indeed go into Dale Bain's book. Just the third booking of the afternoon, 2 to Kettering and 1 to the home side, as we're into the 89th minute here at Netherton Park. We'll try and get an interview with Paul Cox after the game. I'm sure he'll be delighted to give us one, and that will be on thank you, Ed.
Oh, we can
an
laugh
interview
now.
Delighted to give us that interview, and we'll get that on our website when we can, as Jackson Smith comes out to retrieve the ball. Some Kettering fans now making their way towards the entrance. Bus in front of the Kettering bus, which we can see over here. Taking time, 2-0 to the Poppies. Won here 2-1 last time, so this has been a good second half performance again, and it looks like no substitutions are being made for the first time in a long time. As Takari Sheriff tries to get the ball, he does, but the captain Ben Sheriff beats him to it, clears it long.
We should make it clear that Ben Sheriff is his surname. He's not Ben Sheriff.
Not Ben Sheriff, it's Hamsma.
Here comes
Barrett going forward. Barrett, still Barrett.
And to the corner he goes.
Yeah, it should have gone down, and it's fouled right there in the corner. And that'll be more time as we're into the 90th minute. It all depends now how much time is added on. We don't get a board telling us how long, so we'll have to just...
Well, the referee decided to play about 12 minutes at the end of the first half, so...
I've been there before at that, Ed. Wickham Wanderers, I think it was 92, 93, whatever it was. 12 minutes of injury time.
You're way before my time there, Paul.
Yes, Martin, our new manager of Wickham, I'm sure he paid him to you'll play on till we equalise. But it will be a free kick to the Poppies. Powell
can't take it whilst the player's there.
Kennedy over it, and they're playing keep ball in the corner flag. But guys, you get the ball away, and it
corner
is a goal kick.
It's a goal kick. Not sure.
Well, we're 18 seconds over the 90 minutes, so whatever the referee is.
The clock hasn't stopped at 90, which it usually does. So we'll see exactly. Oh, yeah. 5 minutes added on.
Well, it's conjured up 5 minutes from somewhere. There have been a couple of injuries, I suppose, but it is 5 minutes more for Poppies to hold out and for guys to try and get back into the game, which they may do here under Felix Kane. Is taken out, play on, no, it's a foul, and Barrett is going to go into the book again for a foul.
He's not going to go into the book again, I hope.
Well, he's going to go into the referee's book again.
Okay, right.
Which will be the third Kettering Town booking.
Maybe we are a dirty side. Maybe Gloucester are onto something.
Well, yeah, maybe we are a dirty side. I don't know, but let's see how Gloucester gets on there. That's your job. And it will be a free kick.
Gloucester City 1, Curzon Ashton 2. Dirty Curzon Ashton side.
Dirty Curzon Ashton
really
side,
dirty.
beating Gloucester with 40 feet on the trot. And the bubble really has burst there.
It's a shame.
It is a shame, isn't it? But it's going to be a free kick. And what we don't want now is to concede one in the last few minutes to give them hope to home to go towards the back post. There's Nicholson, he gets the ball out. Barrett, though, will just hook this anywhere he does. It's the chase now for Barrett and Cantrell. Powell's going to get there. It goes out, though, for a throw-in on the far side. And the clock has stopped, actually, on 90 minutes now. It was going on, but they've stopped it. So we have to rely now on the referee. Kettering 2-0 ahead. We're into the dying embers of this game as Ward wins that one. We've got to think about our man of the match as well, Ed. We'll
do you know
sure.
what? Takari Sheriff, I think it's been sensational.
Yes.
Maybe I think the centre halves need credit for the way they've dealt with any
Connor
long
Johnson
ball
in
into
particular
the
has
area.
played well, as well as Luke Ward.
Well, we've got our third member of the man of the match crew in front of us.
We have, so
I shall mute my microphone and ask him.
Righty-ho. It is Lamine Sheriff then with the ball. He loses it to Jake Hull. He pumps it into the penalty area. It's headed on by Ward, and there's Neil, turns well. And Neil now with a chance to get Calder underway on this left-hand side. Calder does, gets it to carry Sheriff. Sheriff is on his own at the moment. He's going down the corner flag, and it is in the corner. I wish they wouldn't do this. They've so it will be a Kettering Town throw-in eventually. It's Lamine Sheriff who's going over to take it.
Well, there are a lot of names banded about, but the one name that came up in both of our lists was DeCary Sheriff.
So DeCary Sheriff is the Poppies media man of the match.
Although there has to be so many well mentions as well, hasn't there?
Well, Hollins hooks the ball away, but only to Barrett, who heads it back towards Powell. Grattan intercepts, plays it out wide to Nicholson. Nicholson plays a long ball. Barrett will allow Johnson to hook that anywhere he does. It goes out for throwing on the far side in front of the Kettering fans. Time ticking away, and Kettering Town winning this one at the moment 2-0. This young team developing every game they play, showing an enormous amount of endeavour, skill, application, all the plaudits you want to give them. They thoroughly deserve it, and a different kind of game than the ones we've witnessed recently, but they've come out of it so far so well, as Kennedy gets the throw in on the far side, and we should be at least 3 minutes, I would think, into the added time. Thank you for listening to Poppies TV Audio. You've been listening to Ed Palmer and Paul Cook. We'll be at Spalding next Saturday as Barrett heads the ball back to Lamine Sheriff. He tries to get to Kennedy. It is with Neil. He chips it to Lamine Sheriff, a little deft header to Kennedy. Kennedy going to the corner flag to try and wind down the clock, and it goes out for a goal kick. And DeCary Sheriff tries to interfere with the ball, but large contingent of fans now leaving the stadium. Jordan Ashmer with the goal kick. I'm looking at the referee. He looked at his watch, and there goes the whistle. A fantastic 2-0 win for Kettering Town. The march continues, and Paul Cox comes into the ball once again, wraps up the points. Jackson Smith keeps a clean sheet. Goals from DeCary Sheriff, who was man of the match, and Callum Powell seal this game. And we'll try and get some interviews with the manager a little later that will be on our website. But Ed, a fantastic performance.
It really was. It was a really good performance, and this is the first time that I think Kettering have been forced to dig in. In all fairness, actually, no, Bradford probably, but away from home, this is the first time Kettering have been forced to dig in and sustain pressure, because they're a big, strong side, Guiseley, and they've got some very tall players, and they were more than happy to put the ball in and around the area. I don't really remember Jackson Smith having a save to make.
They hit the bar, didn't they? And
yes,
he punched one out from across.
But Kettering weathered the storm, and I mean, two really top-class goals. The Sheriff one to start off with was sensational, just passed it into the bottom corner, and then the Powell one is outrageous. To be honest,
he gets
to
better and better,
a volley like that, it was brilliant. It's such a good win this for Kettering.
So there we are, the Kettering players going over to the Kettering fans. The Kettering fans actually all around the ground, but the majority are behind the goal. They've been applauded by management and staff, and Kettering Town season is beginning to really flourish, and what a start to the season they have had, as the Kettering fans in front of us nodding to us, acknowledging us, and we them as well. Peter Short out there taking photos, which will appear on websites, and along with their interview, hopefully we'll be able to show the highlights from the game once we get them. It's different proposition these days of getting highlights. But we got the Gloucester ones to you finally. Hopefully we won't have as much trouble with Guiseley as we did with Gloucester. But from Ed and myself, we're going to wrap up here. We're going to try and get an interview with Paul Cox. The president has just left me. He's going to bomb Cuba. And and so from Ed and myself, are very happy as Poppy's contingent of players and supporters head back to Northamptonshire with a fantastic 2-0 win. Good night.